Good morning. I'm not aware of what time in the morning it is right now. Oh, that's my red raspberry leaf tea that I put my taurine in. I do not have coffee now, but that is a good alternative, I guess. Has a lot of health benefits. So I went out to my mailbox today. I did turn it around. I don't have to wear it like in your face all the time because we have to be solemn sometimes. But if you want me to let you know, like when I was talking about the Challenger and everything when I was in kindergarten, I know that when people ask what the most memorable historical event is, obviously 9/11 comes up for most people. I do remember being that small, and they did have it live on television, and it did blow up in front of everyone. So that's why I remember that. Being solemn and being somber, there was a particular gentleman named Fritz at whatever the um, whatever the old folks home or the therapeutic home place is in Platteville on North Water Street. I can probably find that. It seems as though, and I hadn't talked to him in a long time. It was Valentine's Day back in 2022. They asked for old folks, like send Valentines to old folks, you know? I sent him this awesome, like, care package with, like, cool, like, funny stuff, like a John Deere shirt that was one of my dad's shirts, but it was, like, yellow, and it said, like, it was this color yellow. It was bright yellow. It's my dumpster blanket. And it said, like, ingenuity and integrity or something like that. It was bright yellow. I thought it was a cool shirt because it was bright yellow like that. And I got him a hat that said, say perhaps to drugs. It was like a trucker hat, and I got him a candy and aftershave and stuff like that. Then when things got really like bad, right? Like working out all the time, working full time. Well, I was working part time, but I was a caregiver for two different people during that time. I just didn't stay in touch with him. I did send him some aftershave not long ago, and he might have received it. Now I don't know, but now I'm certain that Fritz has passed away because every other time they never gave me his last name, but I always sent him stuff. So this is the particular gentleman named Fritz that is at the Water Street, or was at the Water Street. This is just a card that I found that was my mom's. Like she sometimes would buy cards from like card outlet places and stuff, and it was a funny one. So if you want to see what I was gonna give to Fritz, but Fritz passed away. Fritz was in a wheelchair. He was very elderly. Um, I'm so grateful for Fritz because it was just like writing to any other particular gentleman or friends of mine, something to do, trying to make friends. I reach out to as many people as I can when I can. So this is what he. Let's see. I know I'm still wearing the same clothes as like 3 days ago. Do you know? Want to know why? How about I'm gonna make a video later, and I'll put on a different sweatshirt that I got that I'd never worn before. Don't be concerned about me. I'm feeling so much better today. It's been rough, but not as rough as it is for some people that are in places like this. So this was for Fritz, and this is how magic works. This is how magic works. I haven't written. My Uncle Paul is incarcerated at the. My Uncle Paul, like a former police officer, retired police officer in Sauk City, is incarcerated at the Pines. Okay, he's an inmate there. It's not really an inmate, but it feels like that if you've ever been in a place like that. So here's the card that I was sending Fritz, and I would send him things from. I would send him pictures of me, like I wasn't wearing this hat, but I was wearing the orange hat that had like Native American bowling on it. And I sent that to my friend that lives in Orchard Park, or that was in Orchard Park. Says she was sunshine and sweetness on the outside, but no one could take dirty pictures of Lucille. So my mom picked out this card, but I found this. And it says, here. So here's this. I don't have an envelope or a stamp today. I have 61 cents in my checking account, and I think like 32 cents in my little pocketbook. So here's an envelope. I'll probably either write Paul a letter, or I was going to get a few envelopes for Paul, or what I want to do is get Paul out of there because I will probably have the means shortly. How much are these now? This is Forever USA, a cardinal. That reminds me of my My dad's cousin. Oh my gosh. His last name is Steve, like it's like his mom, like Adelia Steve is my dad's mom. Oh, I can't remember his name, but I used to write to him all the time too. And it's really funny because like I didn't even know, but like I had a hymnal, right? And I wrote a bunch of stuff in it. And I signed this hymnal. I thought it was funny. Maybe it's not funny, but at the time I just thought like, always thinking, here you go. But yeah, it says, "Hello Fritz. I enclosed an envelope with paid postage on it. You can use it to write to anyone you wish. I'm not sure if you get stamps in there. Happy autumn season, harvest time." And then I said, "Hi, I'm Laura, your pen pal friend from Valentine's Day." And it says, "Fritz, but since it's your birthday, I'm willing to give it a shot." Like, that's so funny. And I said, "I'm just kidding. Just kidding, bud. Hope you enjoyed your summer. Love, your pen pal, Laura, and Easter the kitty." I don't want to scare people. See, people don't even tell jokes like this anymore because, like, of shit like, stuff that's going on in the news, you know? But, so either Uncle Paul is gonna, I'll probably write Paul a letter and let him know that I'm gonna send him some Halloween stuff and do stuff like that. I get my $100 a week. I always hold my people down. You know what I mean? Like, Uncle Paul needs things and Uncle Paul gets things. And, that goes for everyone, kind of, so. And there are other ones, too. I have, like, my friend Matt that's incarcerated in, Fort Madison, Iowa, where my grandpa on my mom's side, so her dad, was a security guard there. Like when there was like a big murderer guy there, I read about that. Like there was that big murder, and like I think he was a security guard there during that time, like 1963. So anyway, so Fritz has passed on. I'm grateful to God for Fritz like making the world a better place because I know that he did. And this envelope is going to go somewhere because I do know how to write a letter. And I love you very much. And when you see me later today, I will take a shower. And I will change my clothes. I just made a frittata with like the eggs that I had left. And I had one little jalapeno pepper left. So I chopped that up, put a little turmeric in there, and some sea salt. No mice today, no mouse in there. I did see a living creature run across my yoga mat yesterday. So I don't know if that was a mouse or if it was a really big spider because I don't wear my glasses. Either way, it's welcome here as long as it doesn't eat my food or bite me. And there was a little spider. Oh, this is so cool. There was a little spider that I was on the mat the other day, and I hadn't been on the mat in a really long time. I think it was, oh no, it wasn't during the football game, but there was like there's a wolf spider. I know that they're dangerous and stuff. Oh, I've got to tell this other story about, there's a story that's going to be an American story, okay? Because all these great stories come from Korea. All these great, like, folk stories, they come from Germany. Can you tell, like, I'm, like, my dad was a first-generation American here, like, from his dad. From the way that I act and, like, the way that I believe and how I am. And that he was an older, particular gentleman, too. So, and my mom was, like, 28 when she had me, so it wasn't like she was a baby, like some people have, like, their kids now, but, right. This little wolf spider, I was on the mat, and he was big. He's not one of those scary things. I think everybody saw one of those scary fucking things that come at you. The dust things are like, like fucking. So you got to turn it around. You got to turn it around, right? Love. But this little wolf spider, he was like, do. No, he wasn't like, he was like, do, I'm a wolf spider. He was like that big. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll lift up the little sheet that I have like on my, because I had my, now look at this, you guys. This is like, Lolly, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Don't worry about me. I'm going to take a shower today. But the little wolf spider said, little wolf spider, you can be under there. Like, I'm not going to hurt you or anything. And then I'm like, oh, I said this to the spider. I said, oh, I bet you're going to go out and all the way in the kitchen. You'll be there in a half hour because you're so fast. And then, like, this isn't the story that I was going to tell. That's going to be like the American story. That story. Oh, man. Oh, you want me to tell the story now? The story of how Nick killed the spider. But it turns out to be more than just that. It's a very good story. You would think it was a Buddhist story because it is a Buddhist story, technically, kind of. But I'm like, oh, little wolf spider, you're going to be all the way in the kitchen. If you can see, like, where the kitchen is. Can you see? You can probably see. Oh, there's the door to the kitchen. So it's a ways away. Like, little spider, you're gonna be all the way like in the kitchen by, the time like I'm done doing this or whatever. And I usually have a security blanket by my door, so it's like a folding chair because I want like my back door open like when it's hot outside, but even like at night. So I have a folding chair, a clean like comforter, like a big thick comforter, and then I have a plastic snake that my friend put out there to scare me. I'm not afraid of snakes though. So I keep the snake back there too. But then I shut the door because it got cold, and then it got warm for a couple days. I opened the door, and I was like, oh, I bet that little spider is gonna weave a bunch of webs for me. And then and what happened when I opened the door? The whole thing was like just like webs, and it was like in your face. So, and I think that might be. I have to tell the other story, and I will make a different video for that. But it might be a spider that's like a lineage of a spider that like I had a quarrel with, but he made sure that like, because I really thought that he was going to do that, and he did that for me, so that was really cool. All right, I love you guys. Peace.